I know I'm being a little melodramatic, but we've just come so fucking close.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Hi, my name's Luke. I stream on Twitch under the name Arva the Music. I'm an indie musician too. That's kind of my main thing, but that's beside the point. That's not what we're here to talk about. No, we're here to talk about something much more important than that. We're here to talk about video game history and how I personally changed it forever. The day was Thursday, April 6th, 2023. I was doing my Thursday night stream like I typically do on Thursday nights. This Thursday, I thought I'd mix things up a little bit and try speedrunning. You know, I'm a variety streamer. I'm always trying to find something fun to do, and so I figured why not try speedrunning a little bit. The game that I chose for this challenge was the video game adaptation of the hit television show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And was I smarter than a fifth grader? Evidently not, because I was struggling big time to speedrun this game. It just wasn't working out. It wasn't happening. I mean, take a look for yourself.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. It's not Beezus. It's either Brittany or Brittany. I'm gonna say Brittany. It's not Beezus. There's no way.
Beezus.
It's Beezus. It's Beezus. Hold the fuck up. It's Beezus. It's Beezus. Beezus. Kind of it's a movie called Ramona and Beezus. The dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. That's so fucking stupid. Her name isn't even Beezus, dude. It's Beatrice.
So, as any streamer has to do sometimes, I needed to change things up on the fly. I needed to pivot. God forbid I make myself look stupid in front of Twitch viewers. You know what I mean? And that's when I remembered a certain speedrunning category that I'd become familiar with due to a streamer I really liked named Chiblee, who had achieved a world record a few months prior. That world record? The WooHoo speedrun in The Sims 4. The challenge? Starting a new save file in The Sims 4 and getting two Sims to WooHoo together as quickly as possible. And if you don't know what WooHooing is, well, I think you'll figure it out pretty quickly. I'm not gonna explain in detail what WooHoo is, okay? I think you can figure it out. So just keep watching, pay attention, you know, use some deductive reasoning. I think you can figure it out. Before I booted up The Sims 4 on that fateful Thursday, though, I took a look over at speedrun.com, the database for all sorts of respectable, honorable speedrunning categories, including the category for the fastest in The Sims 4, and it was there that my chat and I did some reconnaissance and watched Chiblee's speedrun, and we soon were able to see just what we were up against. That's right. 24 seconds and 410 milliseconds. This is no small feat. I cannot emphasize this enough. I mean, this is a speedrun that takes skill, precision, patience, and a little bit of luck to pull off correctly. Chib was only 290 milliseconds ahead of the previous world record holder, Pork Chopple, who logged a clean 24,700 only a month prior, doing so in a hot dog costume, I might add, as a real flex on the Sims 4 speedrunning community. The speedrun took Chiblee quite a bit of time to nail before he was able to secure the record itself. I mean, I should know. After all, I was there. I knew what I was up against, and so the grind began. To understand how this speedrun works, you must first understand how The Sims 4 works. You see, every character you make has 3 traits of your choosing, all of which affect your Sim's life in the way that they interact with the game world and its inhabitants. For the purpose of this speedrun, the optimal trait loadout includes romantic, self-assured, and creative. After you pick those 3 traits, you pick an aspiration, a long-term goal for your Sim. For obvious reasons, we must choose serial romantic as our aspiration to have an optimal WooHoo build. Once you get all that stuff figured out and you get your Sim done, that's when you figure out where your Sim's going to live. Typically in The Sims 4, you can buy an unused property and build your dream home there or whatever. But for the purpose of the speedrun, we have to buy a pre-furnished house. And of all the starter options you can buy for your Sim's first house, there's only one option that works, and it's called Daisy Hovel. Why, you might ask? Is this the only option? Well, it's because Daisy Hovel is the only house you can afford at the very beginning of the game that also has a neighboring house that has a double bed inside of it. And if you want a WooHoo, you need to have a double bed. That is required. The way the speedrun itself works is simple. You load into the game for the first time, and as soon as the in-game clock starts ticking, that's when the speedrun timer begins. You then, as quickly as you possibly can, click on your neighbor's house as soon as the game loads in, and click on the button that allows you to visit their residence. You're hit with another loading screen here before your Sim finds themselves in front of your neighbor's house, a residence called Garden Essence. 3 Sims live at Garden Essence, a group of best friends who fittingly live in a household together called the BFF household. It consists of Liberty Lee, Summer Holiday, and Travis Scott. Yes, that is Travis Scott. Which of these 3 is the best candidate to sleep with? Literally whoever talks to you first. I mean, seriously, you just go nuts. Whoever our sim first lays their eye on as soon as they spawn into the game, they're gonna immediately just start rizzing them right out of the gate as quickly as possible. This involves clicking on the target sim and then flirting with them, rapidly moving from option to option. The pink speech bubbles mean that they directly correlate with our sim's romantic trait, so those options should be extra effective. From there, the mood bar at the top of the screen shows you how that conversation is going. The plan is to move that bar far enough to the right for the WooHoo option to start appearing whenever you click on the sim you're talking to. Wait patiently for it to show up, and then get them to their double bed as soon as possible and get it on. As you can probably guess, my first attempt was a failure. And so was the second. And so was the third. In fact, I couldn't really tell you how many attempts there were, but it was hundreds over the span of 3 days. To me and my chat, it was just restarting the game over and over, trying and failing to get our sim laid. I'd like to think, though, that within the microcosm of the game file on my computer, we were spontaneously fabricating hundreds of parallel dimensions, all of which solely exist for one sim to get laid in under 30 seconds, and then as soon as our plan failed, eviscerating that universe and banishing it to the abyss, only to spawn a new one, over and over, for hours at a time, for 3 days straight. Over time, my clicking got faster. I was getting to the neighbor's house in fractions of a second after starting the game. I was figuring out little things like calling over your candidate and subsequently introducing yourself at the door while you wait for the candidate to come over to you, so that you'll be able to get to the bed once you get the target sim in the mood rather than have to deal with introducing yourself at the door later. A minor time save, but an important one. Eventually, I was getting sub 30-second times like clockwork, and the muscle memory was starting to really take hold.
Oh my god, that is so fucking close to a fucking world record. That is so close, dude.
Even with these tricks under my belt,
Jesus,
it was never enough. I kept getting closer and closer to the elusive 24-second time, but I just couldn't break through to the other side of it. I was losing hope. I was thinking, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. Is this ever really gonna happen? Can I do this? Or is Chibley's record just too far out of reach? And then, this happened.
Oh, I will be fighting Game Code and HBO PPV December 2023. I'm sorry, that was definitely not the run. That's definitely not the run. But I respect the fact that you really want to kick Banquet's ass. Liliana Lorenz. Let's do this shit. There we go, that was quick. And then right here. Yo, Gabba Gabby, yo, thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. This world record is dedicated to you. Holy f***. That's the world record.
It was over. I won.
That's the world record.
The world record was in my hands.
It was really easy too, actually. That was actually the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, so.
internet f***ing history, baby. Let's go! Let's go!
There were no new strats, no major breakthroughs.
I mean, I think that was it.
It was just executed perfectly. And that's it. That's the story. I mean, I told you I was going to tell you the story. That's the story. I didn't lie to you in the title. That's the story. I'm no speedrunner, okay? I'm not really a speedrunner, am I? I'm not even really that much of a video gamer at all. I'm a musician who just likes finding fun things to do on the internet. And for me, this stupid little speedrun was it. I had a lot of fun finding out what it's like to grind away at something that you want, just to feel the glory for a little bit, overcoming the odds, finding time saves, and ultimately being able to sit back and say that I hold the world record for the fastest WooHoo in the history of The Sims 4. At the very least, I'll have something to put in my Tinder bio for it as long as I hold the record, right? And if you at home are thinking that you could do it yourself, I mean, by all means, give it a shot. But just know that if anybody even thinks about taking this record, I will be there, and I will take it right back. Thanks a ton for watching this video, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, I hope you'll consider giving it a like, commenting below, say whatever you want, subscribe to the channel too, I mean that would be sick. I would like to try and hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, that's kind of my goal. And be sure to follow me over at twitch.tv/arvidthemusic where you can watch me live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. Maybe I'll do this again sometime, right? And I hope to see you there whenever we do. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.